called again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Caucasian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
My name's Nick, and I'm a millennial. And on this episode of Convincing Idiots, this is the segment where I like to tell you where you can find us. Clearly, you found us in some capacity already, but if you'd like to find us in more places to complete the circle of social media, you
The
can
circle of life.
complete your circle of social media by going to our Convincing Idiots link tree, LINKTREE. There you will find links to Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, our email, all the places you can listen to our podcast, and so much more. Maybe not so much more, but like some more. Also, we have a website. That's right. ConvincingIdiots.wordpress.com. You can go there. You can find all those same
Dot
links.
what?
They're right there for you. What?
Dot
Dot.
what?
Com.
Okay. Yeah. My headphones.
Of course, yes. Well, understandable. Technical difficulties on your end, as always. You can find us there on our website. As well as ways that you can help us out. You can learn a little bit about us if you'd like to. And we appreciate all of your likes, your subscribes. If you care to email us and let us know what you think of the show, or you can ask, to us to stop doing the show. We will probably decline. But that is what that donate button is for. And maybe if you donate enough money, we'll stop. No promises, but you can try and see what happens. Anyway, we are glad you're here with us.
If I stop, I'm definitely going to collaborate and listen.
Absolutely. Well, you have to. You have to. Yep. So we're thrilled to be here with you. It is a time of year where we like to be with friends and family, and we consider you, the listener, both friend and family here on Convincing Idiots. So here we are on Convincing Idiots, just a couple of pals hanging out. I want to hear from Dean because I miss Dean. I don't what?
No, good. Go ahead.
Well, I missed. I don't get to see him at work
That's
anymore.
true.
Dean got a
Yes.
shiny new job. We're all very proud of our special boy here. So
Thank
I
you.
haven't
Thank
seen
you.
Dean on the daily basis. I feel a little deprived. I'm going through some withdrawals. So Dean, how are you? How have you been coping without me, more importantly, and what's new in your life?
Well, I just new job's good. It's we're taking it a lot. We're I'm taking it all.
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
As usual.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rare thing. Not yet. The whole training and learning thing.
Training, learning, praying. They don't discover this podcast. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I definitely keep that as a secret.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to today's show. Today's show we're going to talk. I know that we all agree that we're going to talk about the worst sexual positions a hooker has made us get into, right?
I don't think so.
I didn't know
No.
that, but I do always have something prepared on that topic just in case it comes up. So
No, so no tinkle in the pinkle. Okay, never mind. What about you, Brian? How you doing?
I am doing well, sir. Thank you. Yes, it was a pretty quiet weekend for me. Allie was still recovering from an illness, so I practically hung out at home and chilled out, and that's pretty much what I did. Get ready for Christmas. Christmas cards, little bourbon and eggnog, quite relaxing and chilled out. But yeah, pretty quiet. But looking forward to seeing you guys soon and other friends and family for the holiday season. So yes, pretty low key weekend. Yeah, Nick, how about you? How are you?
I am well. First and foremost, I'm just really looking forward to making Tinkle and the Pinkle a hashtag on our Instagram. As well as
just shooting right up. Our followers just tripled out of nowhere.
Hashtag Tinkle and the Pinkle. But no, good weekend with my family. Just hanging out with the kids and the wife. It was good. We went to a quick shout out to my buddy. He sometimes listens. My buddy Moose. He has got. So he's originally from New York.
Hey Moose.
Hey Moose. He listens from time to time. He is originally from New York City. Went Saturday. So he has a thing. Pop-up thing where he makes authentic New York style pizzas. They do it about once a month typically. It's called Mike's Pizza. Look him up on Facebook. But they had a pop-up slinging some pizzas in downtown North Canton, I guess it was. But it was at a place called Ohio Deli. And they had the place for the evening. You come in, you reserve a pizza online. They make it for you, whatever you want. We had the Mr. McAllister, which was the cheese pizza. Everybody enjoyed it.
Nice.
So, and just for the record, just to give you a little endorsement here. So we were actually in New York City, and we went to a pizza place in which this gentleman referred us to because he said this is the place you got to go when you're in New York. And Rob had said that pizza she liked even better than the actual New York pizza that we had. So, but it is very good. He's very talented, great guy. So go check him out. Mike's Pizza, delicious pizza. They fed us. It was fantastic. So that was Saturday night. And then Sunday, pretty much just spent all day decorating the house, putting lights on the house and, up the porch and all that stuff, getting everything all situated for Christmas. So yeah, good weekend all around. Pretty solid.
Very
Excellent.
good. Actually, I do want to touch, I said, I got the new job and stuff, but I do want to mention, if you guys have ever been to downtown Medina, Ohio.
Yes, very nice.
What
very
a
nice,
cool little area.
Place. Yes, it is.
Carter and I, Megan and Nora, we all kind of went around all the square. There's a giant tree. You visit in the square.
That's where we go to Sweets and Geeks, right? Is that Medina?
Yeah, Medina.
That's over there. Yes, over there.
But there's like an old school train shop, like a model train shop there. Some good coffees, good pizza.
When you get a chance, go to there and check out the retro hot dog place that's there.
We were going to go there. Yeah, the kids didn't want hot dogs; they wanted pizza. So yeah,
that's fine.
That was one.
Well, they should have gone to Mike's Pizza. That's where they should have gone.
But no, it was very good. It was cool little place.
Yeah, they got a couple breweries and different things all through there. Like you said, a lot of quaint shops. Very old-timey, quaint feel to that village area there.
Very Mayberry-esque.
Mm-hmm.
What was that that barbecue brewery place we went to, Dean, in Medina? What's that place called? Where we went with the kids after we went to mini golf that day, or the Area 51 golf or whatever.
Yeah.
This is
really good.
Audio.
The pizzas, the pizzas were amazing in it.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, but
good.
Loggerheads.
There you go. Loggerhead Brewery. That's right.
Yeah,
I believe that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was very good. Delicious barbecue.
Right.
The pork rinds. Oh my God. Brought them out. They were crackling hot, and then had the dry rub on them and stuff. Those were good pork rinds.
There's also that gaming restaurant place that's over there where you go in, you have food, you can rent out different types of. There's old video games, indoor go-kart, and like pin bowling where you can not pin bowling, but is that what it's called? Duck bowling. Duck bowling is what it is. It's got the pins that hang down by a little string, and you throw the ball, and it's all kinds of. But Medina's very nice, and if you're over there,
it's very cool.
You mentioned Area 51, but the Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, Castle Noel is out there.
Yes, because it's the Christmas season, and we have an announcement a little bit later for us. But that Castle Noel, the line was down the road for it.
Sure,
and we're like, it's open, 24/7. all year. So
Also, I looked into it trying to go this year, and it is there is no walk-in. You have to have a reserve slot, and it is completely booked up, especially through the weekends. There's zero openings through the weekends whatsoever. I don't know what it's like during the week, during the daytime, but evenings and weekends are just done from here on out. But yeah, I looked into that.
Kind of like you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm slotted up for the weekends and nights.
Just done.
Just done.
Done.
Yeah, if you get it sometime, check it out. Even in the off season, it's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
And as I told you, like they have authentic Jingle All the Way props in there as well. So
the Turbo Man suit, I've heard, yeah,
and the Grinch and Jim Carrey Grinch stuff as well, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
The actual sled prop that with the huge bag on the back and all that Jim Carrey sat in, that's in there and stuff. It's some cool stuff.
Yeah,
there,
it sounds nuts.
Yeah.
I hear commercials because I've had the All Christmas station on my radio since like right after Halloween. So they play commercials all the time for Castle Noel and them pumping up all the different stuff they got and stuff like that. I've also tried on that same radio station to win tickets, and one day, don't you know, I was caller number 3 and they were looking for 7. Damn! Could have gotten a 4-pack.
Hold on. Caller on the was this in 1992? What the fuck? Calling to win tickets on radio stations?
Guess what, motherfucker? When I get free passes to Castle Noel, I'll be laughing, and you'll be like, "No, we should listen to called in the radio." That's what you'll say. That's what you'll say in 1992.
That's right.
Yeah.
What are you hanging out with a Trans Am and Brian?
Getting
What's
laid.
going on here?
That's right. That's right.
No, I said with Brian.
Well, Brian's going to get laid probably in a Trans Am. The denim jacket, I imagine. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Right on the Grinch
mullets.
sled. Right on the Grinch sled. Right there. All right, so
what's on the agenda, Mr. Statman?
Did you guys see anything that over the weekend or recent since our last episode? Have you watched anything new, shows or music? Listened to anything new or seen anything new? What do you got?
Mine's going to be very quick, a lot partially of my review last week. This week, my son actually just tonight watched Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
And it was awful. How about you, Brian? Did you watch anything? Yeah, come on.
Why was it awful?
Yeah.
Because
actually,
kids' movies have shitty stories.
Can we rename Idiot Review into Dean Hates Children's Movies? That's what the last 2 weeks have been.
Yeah.
No, okay, fine. You want a good review? I got one. If you guys are on Disney Plus, you must check out the new season of The World According to Jeff Goldblum. It is season 2 is on. We binged the whole thing in one evening. It is a delight. Anything with Jeff Goldblum is a delight, but it's quite good. The first episode is about puppies.
Yeah.
There's an episode about fireworks. So just picture Jeff Goldblum's reaction to these items.
Dancing episode was great.
Yes, the dancing was fantastic.
Magic,
the whole new season.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just, yes, come on. It's Jeff Goldblum,
just
season 2.
Feel like if you had just a pinch of Jeff Goldblum in your essence, you would just enjoy life so much more.
Yes,
sure.
I would take a pinch of Jeff Goldblum in me any way I can get it.
What is that? What do you think? What is that? How do you get that? Is it fame?
Hidden
is it
homosexuality?
Money?
You're talking about his thing.
His thing. How do you get that? Or how are you famous and get that way? It takes a certain type of person. I honestly can't liken him to anyone else that I can think of. It just seems that with such childlike wonder and yet coolness at the same time, and it's just I don't know. It's captivating. Do you think it's a shtick or that's him?
No, that's 100% him.
I think it's
I feel like it's a little bit of a shtick. I think it is partially him, but
into it.
Yeah, right.
But it's authentically him. But there's certain scenarios where he knows he has to be that.
Yeah.
I think if he would no cameras on and he would walk in and watch that the dance one. There's a dance troupe dancing, and he's just gleefully impressed and everything. And I think if he walked in without the cameras, he would be, but it wouldn't have been like, the explosion of glee. I think it'd have been like, oh my God, this is fantastic. Wouldn't have been like, oh, and he starts into the dance himself.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think he leans into it, not much. I don't think he needs to lean into it that much, but I do believe that it is authentically him.
Yeah.
99.9%. So there's my review.
I agree. Worth a watch, for sure.
And you can trust me because I'm wearing a cardigan.
That's right. Jeff Goldblum would approve, I feel.
He would.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'll go up next if that's all right,
Go ahead,
Brian.
Nick. Sure, go ahead.
So while I wasn't exactly in 1992 this weekend, I did go back into the early 2000s and consume all of my idiot review things. First and foremost, I have been told on multiple occasions by multiple people that I would really enjoy Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is still a running show, but began in the early 2000s. I want to say like 2001 it aired. So I have very much enjoyed that.
Have you never seen it before?
I'd never seen a single episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Not one episode. Had no idea.
Okay.
People that they go,
Really?
you'd really like Curb
Brian,
Your Enthusiasm.
You will love it.
Yeah. And I can firmly say it is. I love the awkwardness of it. It's very well done. It's wonderful. It is, and like as someone who's never seen Seinfeld really, and I know that he was a writer on Seinfeld, but it is very, from what Seinfeld is advertised to me as kind of being about nothing specifically.
This show is actually about nothing.
Through the first, it's just the awkward shit that happens in his life, and it's fantastic. It really is, and I love just awkward situations portrayed. Not when I'm in them, but it's always hysterical to me when I get to see someone else in those situations or it portrayed that way. So Curb Your Enthusiasm is a fantastic show so far. I know I'm very late to the party on that, and it went away for a while.
I am glad that you watched it.
And then was brought back, correct? And it's currently still running on HBO.
And it's coming back. The newest season's coming soon. If it's not already on, it's coming back soon.
Yeah. So, but I'm very much enjoying it. So that, and then
Brian,
last night, in the spirit of the holidays, the 2004 classic, I believe it was 2004, Elf. That's what we threw on last night, and we've all seen Elf a million times. It is a modern day Christmas classic. It's, for the most part, it's one of the more popular ones and really widely, renowned and loved. People adore it, and it is. I gotta say, when I first watched Elf, when it first came out, I wasn't that big of a fan. I didn't really understand what the big deal was. But the more I watch it, it grows on me. I've seen it more and more through the years, and it's just it's a well done movie. It's still, there's certain things that make you laugh every time, and So Elf still holds up, I think. Does everybody here like Elf, or?
Sure.
Dean, you strike me as somebody who maybe might not like Elf.
No. I enjoy it. I'm not enamored as everybody else is about the instant classic thing. It's funny. It's a funny movie.
Like it's not Jingle All the Way, like we all know. Like, let's back up. But it's up there. It's good. It's very good.
Let's go ahead and say that now, okay? If you've watched my video that I posted on Facebook, you know that I have watched Jingle All the Way recently, and my full review will be coming next week.
Okay. I think I know what to expect, but okay.
So can we, with that said, guys, can we go ahead and say next week we will be doing our Idiots in Christmas or Christmas
Convincing Christmas.
Convincing Christmas.
Idiots in Christmas.
There's a lot of
Convincing Christmas 2.
Yes.
The sequel.
Yeah,
Christmas Strikes Back.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, maybe that's a subtitle.
Idiots Christmas 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh,
I like that too. Sure.
All right. It's a working title. We'll get it by next week. But yeah, next week, Christmas episode.
You know what the only thing better than Electric Boogaloo is? An electric bike. If you need an electric bike in your life, you should check out RPM Bike Shop on Facebook. They are located in Carrollton, Ohio, and they sell electric bikes. You can go to their shop. You can also contact them by calling 330-808-7792. And they will hook you up with something. Go check out their store. They have a wide variety for you. Wonderful electric bikes. You can pedal if you want. You can just go all in on electric. Enjoy those electric bikes. What's better than electric Boogaloo? An electric bike from RPM Bike Shop. Convincing idiots. Sent ya.
God damn it, man! I'm
If
proud
you
of
don't know, now you know.
Wow, that was professional. All right. Well, Nick, I'll
one segue man to another. Well done.
That means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That was good. We'll talk more about Christmas content next week and all that. But
yes, sir.
Elf, I share your sentiment with Elf. I mean, I first saw it, I was like, over the top Will Ferrell, not so sure. But like you say, every time I watch it, I'm like,
yep,
there's so much more behind it, and it's the meaning, and it's the whole thing. So it's now become a must.
How everybody should be allowed to throw their children off sleds and just keep going?
Throw the children off sleds.
That's how that's how he got to the North Pole. Because he fell off the sled. Yeah.
No. He crawled into Santa's bag when Santa was delivering presents at the orphanage. He crawled in his bag.
What movie am I thinking of where the kid fell off the sled?
Probably something that happened in your actual life, I would imagine.
Well,
no, come on.
No, that's the Santa Claus. Santa Claus fell off the roof, and Tim.
No.
You might be mishmashing things.
There is a movie. If somebody better comment in this.
Christmas Chronicles?
Nope.
I don't think so.
It wasn't a kid. I mean, a kid fell out of the sleigh.
Fell out of what's?
But they caught
Santa's sleigh?
The kids fell out of didn't they? Or one of the kids fell out of the sleigh in midair at one point.
Sure. All right, you guys talk about.
But I mean, of course, Kurt Russell saved them.
And this curly hair. I'm going to look this up because I know I'm right. I know that's how.
No, you're wrong about Elf. 1,000% wrong. So don't look up Elf unless you want to be proven wrong.
Unless you want to be wrong.
Crawled into Santa's sack, and then Santa took him to the North Pole, and he crawled out of the bag in the toy shop, and Santa's like, "Oh, baby," and that's when Bob Newhart adopted him.
Yeah. Now, how creepy is this? Was it, oh, a baby, or is it, oh, baby? It's been a while since I've seen it. I'm legitimately, curious. Nope. Okay. So I can admit when I'm wrong, and Statman Brian Fisher, I am wrong. You are correct. He crawls into this into Santa's toy sack and take him to the North Pole.
Okay.
I mean, what irresponsible Santa doesn't return the child?
Well,
Santa's a busy fucking dude, man.
Sure.
Santa knew he was an orphan, and then Papa Elf wanted to adopt the baby, and so they.
He's not an orphan. He was at his home.
He was in an orphanage.
He knew he was delivering toys in an orphanage, and he said, I must have picked him up at the orphanage. He said something along that line, so he knew where he got the baby. So he knew he wasn't.
Maybe I have to watch the movie, at least the beginning of the movie again, because clearly I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, the motherfucker sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake, so he knows where he got the goddamn baby. He knew we got from the orphanage.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Well, I watched. I've still been working through Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. I'm a few more episodes and still enjoying that series. Yeah, again, just strangely bizarre. Love it. Good stuff. So check that out. We talked about that already. And I was looking for some Christmas content that I had not seen over the weekend. I looked up and I caught Office Christmas Party from 2016.
I've always wanted to see that. Never have.
It's streaming for free on the ABC Network app.
Okay.
It's got a few ads, but that's okay. But it's uncensored, right? So the cast actually, I forgot how many people were in it. So
Jennifer
Jason
Aniston
Bateman,
in that?
Jennifer Aniston plays a great role in this as a kind of his bitchy, not his sister, but like a boss, right?
Okay.
T.J. Miller plays her brother, a comedian. He's pretty funny. Olivia Munn Kate McKinnon, Rob Corddry, who was in Hot Tub Time Machine and some other stuff. Randall Park, we talked about. He's in, was in WandaVision and a few other. Vanessa Bayer, Nick was in it.
Oh, nice.
He loved from Saturday Night Live.
What is this again?
This is Office Christmas Party. So they had Office Party was like the first movie, and this is a sequel to that. I haven't seen Office Party neither, but you know what? I would, if I'd have paid money in the theater, I would have been probably a little bit upset, right?
Okay,
but watching it at home for free, it was entertaining, especially with the bourbon and eggnog, mind you.
Little performance enhancers there.
So I will recommend that if you're watching this movie, if you are able to enjoy it with a bourbon and eggnog, it will take it to probably most anything. Maybe this podcast too, frankly.
Yeah,
we'll
that
take
would
it to
be good.
Another level.
Really would help.
Probably will find me less offensive, and we'll get more subscribers.
Yeah, it's just
or you'll get so drunk that you'll agree with me.
That's true. That's true. Fun, feel good kind of movie. I mean, at the end of the day, T.J. Miller is just a boss. He inherited his father's company. Jennifer Aniston plays his sister. She thinks he's a screw up. He's trying to save his branch. He throws a big Christmas party to try to show people that it's a good place to work, and he's trying to win a big contract to save the branch and this and that and the other. So it's all fun, and there's some funny scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're looking for some, non-traditional Christmas content, check out Office Christmas Party. Again, ABC app for free. Stream it on your smart TV. There you have it. So
nice.
Yep. That's what I watched. I'm trying to reflect back. I don't think I watched anything else new over the entire past week other than the Cowboy Bebop, and I'm also working through Fear the Walking Dead series on AMC. So that's a kind of another branch of the Walking Dead. It's another group of folks that out west and their adventures and all that. So it's the season is an interesting dynamic where a nuclear bomb went off. I mean, you thought they were going to maybe stop the bomb. They didn't stop it. It went off. So now you have a whole other level of people are out there. You got radiation. You got zombies that are, infected with radiation and stuff like that. It's a whole.
You should have saved this review for the Christmas episode.
Yeah, maybe right. Fear the Walking Dead. So if you're a fan of the Walking Dead,
I'm still working on the Fear of Brian's T-shirt.
That's right.
That's a large
Grinch T-shirt if you can't see it.
Look at that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Very nice.
Yep. All right, so that's all I got. You guys have anything else as far as review stuff?
Nope. Just look for the super review of Jingle All the Way next week.
That's right.
I'll be watching.
All right.
I know you will. You always do. Sometimes really creepily. Like I noticed you out my bedroom window the other night.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of idle time on my hands after everyone goes to sleep. So
I think you were right on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Idle time in your hands.
In my hands. What else do you do? Stand outside your window. Yep.
Makes sense.
All right, so we're going to give Nick some more idle time in his hands, and we'll take a short break. Approximately 18
Let's
seconds.
do this.
Yep.
18 seconds.
Sure.
What's he going to do with the other 15?
All right, yeah, maybe.
Da-da-da-da-da.
AIDS. Uh-oh.
Cheers.
All right, we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to Convincing Idiots. I'm wearing a Grinch shirt if you're watching us on video. If you're not, it's a very overpowering Grinch graphic shirt. It's making me feel, Dean, very Grinchy. You know, my heart is 3 sizes too small.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's weird because Dean's penis is 3 sizes too small.
Yes, that's right. That is the rumor around. That's the rumor around Whoville. That's the truth. Yeah. So
And then it turns into why, Bill?
yeah. Yep. So I need a story, Dean, to increase my heart 3 sizes, and you're probably sounds like your genitalia 3 sizes as well. So do you have a feel good story?
I do. Actually,
Yes.
By heart, as you all know, I'm a storyteller, but I'm going to put these stories to the side and tell you a true story.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little girl and her mother. They were driving out to get Christmas presents on, it was probably 2 days before Christmas. They were playing Christmas music and they were singing and dancing. Or not dancing, they were driving, so that's irresponsible. But they were, bobbing and weaving and stuff.
This is still dangerous behind the wheel
It's
of a car.
still dangerous, but
Do not advise.
And then enjoying the spirit of the holiday season. And unfortunately, a guy runs a stop sign and he clips him. I mean, wasn't that bad? The guy, was doing the same, looked down at his phone. Don't text and drive. But he clipped her, just kind of corner to corner. Everybody was okay. Unfortunately, the guy wasn't as okay as the woman and her child. Physically, yes, they were fine.
Mm-hmm.
But financially, the woman had Blake insurance. She not only was fine, but was taken care of immediately. Could get a hold of Aaron Blake.
He came with everything
moment.
and took care of her. Yeah.
I mean, the closest you can come to a superhero without a cape, he might have one. What he does in his personal life is up to him. But let me tell you a little bit about Blake Insurance. It's an Erie insurance agency located in Barberton, Ohio. And this woman, that's where she was from. That's where it happened. He was right there from her hometown, for her hometown. That's who he is. They provide auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. When you do, tell them Merry Christmas and the Convincing Idiot sent you.
I bet Aaron didn't even shame her for dancing in her car. He was just like, I'm glad you're okay.
He was so happy that she was okay and the daughter was okay. He danced with them on the side of the road, because middle of the road, again, irresponsible. He did it on the side of the road, and he took the claim, and quickly she got paid, and the car was fixed, and everybody was okay. And everybody had a very Merry Christmas.
Yes. Yes, that's good space for dancing. I think there are even signs on the road instructing you that this is a safe dancing zone in the shoulder over here. That's the dancing zone.
You can't trust those signs, though, man. I was driving the other day, and I saw slow children playing. I'm like, why do you announce it? That's just rude.
I'm starting a new scoring of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the better segue?
Am I in competition now?
Yeah, you are.
Nick wins this evening.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Which isn't fair because you segued me into it, Dick.
I did not
was your
intend to segue. I thought you were going to segue into the story, not the. I wasn't like you were going to segue into the insurance.
I thought you were giving me a segue into the insurance.
So,
buddy, let me tell you, as the current sitting Segway champion, you got to know when to pick your spots. Okay, it's not a free for all, there, buddy.
My spot for me.
It's not a free for all. You got to pick it. You got to pick your. It's like a surgery.
You all busted my balls when I yelled at Nick for trying to get me into a segue. See, this is why, because
It's okay.
you get into this deal.
Hey,
Once I was but the learner, now I am the master.
no sore losers. You just keep trying to get better.
That's not true. I'm
That's
a sore
it.
loser.
Just keep trying to
I'm
get better.
quite the sore
That's all.
loser.
That's all right. Well, Dean, that story was that didn't quite do the trick to get me out of my grinchiness. No.
I mean,
So, matter of fact,
His shirt's
that-
even better than it was before.
it is.
Matter of fact,
I mean,
that segue,
granted, it's probably
that
the
segue
50-year-old
is-
kids, but still.
that segue has shrunk in my heart another size, I believe, and I also believe it's shrunk in your manliness another size as well. So that
I am now.
let's
Let's
get out of this. Let's refocus.
Quick, let's pep it up before he loses it all together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just have to do this. Comes
But
out.
you did.
Okay.
You did.
I
Dean,
do have a story.
a real
I
news
do.
story. That's a feel good story that takes us into other parts of the show. So please go ahead.
It's not as dramatic, I guess, but
no.
yeah. There's a guy. Once again, I read this from this website. I don't know how 100% accurate this is. They didn't give a lot of facts and stuff, but they give the
From
story
this
in general.
website, I don't even know.
I mean, I can't remember. I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
look
see
at it
the
again,
story.
but
It is a real story. Yes. Go ahead.
it is a real
Okay.
story, but the
Yes.
website that did the story didn't give like details. They didn't give the year this happened and whatnot. But the story is
Mhm.
the kid. I guess he would have had to have been a kid, at least
Yeah.
16, because he was in a car, got in a
Right.
car wreck, severe head trauma, was in a coma for 20 years.
Enter Blake Insurance. 20 years later, they were still there.
That's right.
See,
Still paying attention.
I
They
was
care
going to work
about-
that in too. That's funny. Yep. Go ahead.
Look at him, still doing my goddamn segues, motherfucker. So.
I mean, if you ain't gonna do them right,
He
somebody's
woke
got
up-
to, I guess. I mean, whatever.
He woke up and said, "I missed a lot in 20 years. I hope they still have competitive insurance rates." See?
No, he said, I
There you
hope
go.
they
That
still
was
have
right
a competitive segue rates.
And there comes
I don't
Aaron
know.
Blake. He hasn't
I don't
aged
know.
a day. He looks the same as
That's
he
right.
did 20 years ago, and he's like, "Yes, we do."
He does.
Look at that
Yeah.
goddamn hairline. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, so this guy was in a car wreck. He was brain trauma in a coma, 20 years.
Mhm.
He wakes up, and they, the subject of the whole article was the idea that he was a huge Simpsons fan. Actually, he was at his friend's house watching The Simpsons, and he left, and this is when it happened.
Oh,
And he was
is that what? Really?
Yeah, that's
Wow,
really
okay.
the angle that they were taking. That he was happy to hear that The Simpsons were still on the air.
Mhm.
He was a huge fan and stuff. So
That's cool. That's a cool thing to be like, wow, this thing that I really loved is like still going on.
right, still there. But it's got me to thinking of like 20 years. What is it? What is this year? 2021. So 20 years ago. So what? 01?
2001.
That's the one. Yeah.
Right. So
2021 minus 20 is 20. Yeah.
I've given up on math and segues. So fuck you both.
Mhm.
What is that? What is that?
Was it
Is that like
1975?
1982? What is that?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's not that I was doing calculus. It was taking literally 20 fucking years. I'm an idiot. I know. Okay, so it got me to thinking.
Sir,
what-
on your day. This is day one of your new job. Now, this is 2021. Within 10 seconds. What year is 20 years ago? I'm sorry.
You're fired.
Shit. You
So
gotta
what-
work with me. 20 years is a long time ago. Yes, but it's 2021. What was 20 years ago?
Hold on. Let me
What
take
year
off
is-
my fucking socks.
What year is
Counting.
now? If it was 21 years ago, what year would it be?
That would be
90.
What?
You had to think about it, didn't you?
Okay. No.
What is it?
All right.
What is it?
What's 21? What's the year? 21 years ago.
21 years ago would be 2000.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get your
Go
after show cookie. Good job.
Please proceed. Sorry. So he woke up and he's excited.
See,
The
Nick only
Simpsons.
knew that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's when his wife graduated and he was born.
So you're trying to picture. Is your question? So if we went into a coma all of our lives.
Imagine what you'd miss.
Yeah.
Are you talking about, so if we went in 20 years, so if we all, if the three of us were in a coma in 2001, excuse me,
2001, and we
what
woke
would
up
we
this
be
year.
excited about if we
Right.
woke up 20 years later?
I'd be
Because
like,
we
is
could all-
Brian still editing the podcast? Is he still holding us up by himself? Is it Brian?
I'm still looking for something funny. No. All right.
Wait for the next coma, buddy.
So is that your question? That's your question. Dave.
Yeah,
So
just kind of question discussion is like, what would you be the most excited to find out?
So
Like,
I
they're
think
gonna show you-
before we go down this rabbit hole, I think we'll probably, I mean, obviously all of us, in our personal lives would be friends and family and who's doing what, and that's a given. But maybe we'll
take away the sadness.
keep it societal and pop cultural and things like that, and things going on around you
I'm
that
happy
aren't
to see my mom.
directly related to.
Fine.
Now let's say this as well.
I mean,
So
I'd be happy to see
let's-
Nick's mom, but that's
true.
another story.
Let's also go through. So 20 years ago, what your age was 20 years ago, and then where you are
I
now.
just put my socks back on. God
That's a
damn.
factor. No, that's a factor as well. What you might be interested in, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if we just woke up from a coma right now, current age, so we're going to go back
20
to
years.
whatever age we were and get in that
2001. So 2001. How old were
Okay.
you, Nick?
I was 14. Would have been 14 years
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So at 14,
You were illegal back then for me. That's crazy to think about.
never stopped you before, but okay.
Yes.
Well, so I would probably 14-year-old Nick. 14-year-old Nick would want to know probably what the current Warped Tour lineup was, and he'd be sad to know that it's just not a thing anymore. 14-year-old Nick would want to know.
Or would you be excited about too? Like, what would you?
Yeah,
like,
what
would you
they
be
go,
excited about?
Here's
Or wanna
this, and you're like, holy shit!
Wow.
Oh, shit. Undoubtedly. Well, especially as as a young teenager and music is such a big part of your life, I would be floored by streaming music and the fact that you don't have to pay for any CDs anymore.
Right.
That CDs aren't a thing.
You mean I don't have to pay 1 penny?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I mean, you pay a monthly rate and you have access to all the music in the world.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yep.
That's why that still is kind of wild to me when I really think about it. It's wild.
Sure.
So that would truly blow my mind. Probably.
Well,
most
the
of
artists
all.
think that too.
Well, yeah. What's the first thing? Yeah. Let's see. Trying to get back into. I was trying to think initially when we discussed this conversation. I was thinking about 20 years from now what I want to know. Definitely. I mean, technology is the easiest thing to point to, right? Cell phones in general. I would be like, wow. I mean, because I had a cell phone at 14, but it wasn't anywhere.
How crazy would it have been to realize that somebody tells you you've missed 5 Star Wars movies just in the Skywalker saga?
Yeah,
You
right.
know what?
Not only is it back, but it's it's a whole Star Wars is a
because
whole other
99 was Phantom Menace, 02 was Attack of the Clones. So you've missed not only the saga, the Skywalker saga, but all the other side movies and all the look. To explain streaming, just like you were talking about for music, explain that to us.
Right. Yeah. And then only to go watch those fucking movies and be like, put me back in the goddamn coma. I was
just gonna say that. That's so funny. I woke up and say, "Wait, they have all these Star Wars movies? Are they even really good?"
Yeah.
I mean, what blows your mind
Force
is
Awakens worth a watch.
you wake up and they hand you a fucking iPhone 13.
Yeah. I'd take one of those now. That'd be cool.
Sure. But back in 01, you know what? They still had the flip phones, right?
Yeah, I had a flip phone
That was
in
just
01,
flip.
yeah.
They were just getting into
Actually, you know
texting.
what? I think that was even...
texting.
We had flip phones, but mine was still those old Nokia. It was still a brick. I mean, it wasn't
What kind of phone
big.
did you have?
It
What
wasn't
kind of phone did you have, bro?
It wasn't it's a like a cylinder.
I
I don't have to tell him it wasn't a phone.
It wasn't even a
Maybe
flip phone. It was the antenna.
It was always on vibrate mode. It never rang. It always vibrated and it wiggled and jiggled. You could try to put it up to your face and measure it to your face, and then nobody was ever on the other end. No, we had it was like a Nokia phone or whatever. It was all one piece. It wasn't the big brick Zach Morris phones with the antenna, but it was a smaller version of that, and you had the little screen and all the buttons there. just to see the evolution of phones and seeing like there's no fucking buttons and it's
Sure.
that's just wild. I mean, that would be wild.
I mean, look at technology in general. You have, from back then, you had the old projection screens. If you wanted a big screen TV, you had that giant fucking hump, big base.
Yep.
It took 4 of your friends to like move it.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. And it's as light as a feather. You just pick it up.
Right.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And to know that like we don't really, I mean, movie theaters are still a thing, but you don't even need that anymore. It's like an option for nostalgia if you want it. Like you can just watch all that shit at home. Like it comes out on your TV. Like what?
I mean, my first TV when I was a kid was an old black and white TV, in my bedroom. Obviously, you remember how thick that was, Brian. You know what I mean? It was an old, regular box, wooden, panel around the sides, 2 crank, one for the UHF, one for the actual channel. Mm-hmm. That was my first, personal TV that I got. It was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's sleeping. He should be, but for Christmas, my son is getting his first TV.
And he just ruined Christmas.
Right? Wouldn't be the first. No, but
what is this? This is my old TV, son.
Right. It
still works. Still works. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But this is, it's just, he's 10, so I got him a 24-inch flat screen.
That's nice. Yeah.
And the mailman brought it to me and flipped it to me like a coin.
Sure.
It was so fucking light.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Crazy. And just, explaining, I went on the diatribe to kind of remind everybody of like what you've gone from like the old black and white thick ass
amazing
big TVs. I mean, you
always were a size queen when it came to TVs. Yeah.
Yeah, the technology's is
why
pretty
I
amazing.
like you.
Yep. One thing pop culture would be is I remember as a kid. I mean, think about 20 years ago. It's like, someone would describe even 20 years ago. I would have been 32, and someone would tell me, "Listen, they're going to make Marvel movies, and they're going to be absolutely fantastic." I would have been like, I don't believe it. I've not seen
because
anything
you remember
close.
Incredible Hulk TV show, the Spider-Man TV show.
Yeah. And they had some movies back then. They had like a crappy Punisher movie and a couple other ones.
Thor
and stuff.
somewhere.
Well, the X-Men movie came out in 2000, 2001, the first X-Men.
I guess that's right. So X-Men would have been coming out. When was it? When was it? Tobey Maguire first one?
I want to say 3, 2, something like that.
Still, but they would be making these movies on a regular basis. They would be absolutely fantastic.
Well, Andy,
I would not believe
whatever you just watched. If you'd watched that X-Men or Spider-Man movie, which was in 2002, so you wouldn't have seen Spider-Man.
Okay.
You would have seen
X-Men probably.
Hold on, let me get the X-Men. X-Men would have been
or 99 even. It came out. I watched it at the drive-in with Titan AE, so that's 2009 or something like that.
It's gonna be all over. It's like because it's. Oh, hold on. No, the original
2000.
Go ahead.
Yeah, X-Men was 2000.
So all right, so even to say that, and like all of us thought, like, oh my God, this movie is amazing, especially for the being a comic book movie, right?
Right.
And to tell you that, that is like horseshit compared to like what they can do now.
Yeah. Spider-Man was 2002, so you would not have seen the first Spider-Man. You would have seen the X-Men.
So X-Men would have been your only venture into like the comic book world, movie world.
Yeah, other than like the Batman movies and stuff they had and the old super, you're.
Yeah. Pretty incredible.
You would, I mean, the past 20 years, what you're telling them you would have, what we would have missed is insane. I mean, that would be hard to adjust, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah, and the thing too, it's like, and even like now, just if someone would try to describe to you, listen, at 28, when you wake up, there is going to be, well, I mean, certainly you can talk about the pandemic and all that stuff, how that impacted life. That putting that aside,
you chose to wake up in a really shitty time. Sorry,
right? Right, exactly. But just how work has changed, how work environments have changed. I mean, Dean, you're working from home now. I'm working from
Right.
home three days a week.
Yeah.
And to think about that 20 years ago, I mean, there's definitely jobs you could work from home, certainly, but it was very unique type jobs. Obviously, you think about, writing type jobs, screenwriter, musicians, those types of jobs where it's like you don't need to be in an office, but everything else is like, I got to go to the office, whatever it is I'm doing.
Sure.
I got to travel to an office building. That is all upended now, obviously, and it's just more of the norm to trust workers to work from home, give them that flexibility. And I don't think we're ever going to look back from, this type of way of working ever again. Yeah.
Brian, I'm glad you're awake. I know this is a lot to take in, but let me explain to you one thing. Do you remember maybe a few years, before your accident, there was a TV show with Robin Leach called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
That's right.
Do you remember the episode with that? He was a New York real estate agent called Donald Trump.
Oh,
he wrote Art of the Deal.
Yeah.
That fella became president and made everybody racist.
Yeah, imagine that.
Welcome back.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be nutty to think that way too. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yep. I mean, you can talk about all kinds of different things. You can go into how divisive the country. There's all kinds of negative, certainly, stuff as well. But yeah, like you said, the technology advancements and a lot of different things are just really incredible. I got one for you. So I remember as a young boy, for me, right, to look to try to look at a nude woman. Okay, a picture of a nude woman was quite the adventure, right? You're talking. You have to sneak a magazine, or to scour
or climb up the Nick's mom's window.
Sure, I still do that. Sorry,
that's right,
Mom. I've told you to close those drapes because you know what you're inviting if you don't close them. So this is on you at this point.
No, but
sorry,
it's like
I had a fucking explosion of beer here. Sorry.
Explosion of what?
Beer.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. My apologies, guys.
But I would say as a kid,
he busted all over his own face. He can't even get it together.
I call that a Tuesday.
You would have to scour the Star Channel or Movie Channel for a movie that you knew. At about 1 hour or so in, there's a glimpse of something aside this or that, or whatever it is, and you would watch.
Have we done that, guys?
What's that?
Just for a real quick cider, have we done that for the show? Our favorite kind of first titty movies, as kids or teenage boys,
we
really
not.
Remember?
I don't think we have. Maybe we have.
But I'm not talking about porn. I'm talking about
yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No, I think this came up on a prior episode. I think it was like Fast Times at Ridgemont High with.
Okay, yeah,
I think we did.
Yeah, okay.
Not Tay Leone, but
yeah, mine was Boogie Nights, Roller Girl.
You're right.
Heather Graham right at the beginning there.
Mine was Cool Surface. Terry Thatcher.
I said Tay Leone. That's not correct. What was her actor? Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. My apologies.
So
I like boobs.
All those years, and now to wake up 20 years later, and it's like anything that your mind can think of, you could pull up on a device, a handheld device, within 10 seconds. Would be mind blowing.
I was outside.
And other things blowing too.
Snow.
Sure.
Right. And then what you search. But I was outside shoveling the snow in the middle of the winter, and I thought to myself, no, hold on, I'm getting there. Hold on, please. So I'm outside shoveling snow, and my back hurts, and it's cold, and I'm like, what would it look like if two midgets went and just scissored? And luckily, I have it right in there in my pocket.
Yeah,
you can't say the M word.
That's
You're not
true.
supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that word.
Little person.
Yeah.
What did I? I'm sorry. What? Honestly, what did I say?
Said the M word.
again, really, I do know that that's not appropriate. I do. I do apologize.
Yeah.
I do.
I just wanted to do my
you're
part
right.
here.
You're right. You're right. Apologize
Phoebe
for
Cates.
millennial.
Phoebe
Yes.
Cates, that's the actress.
Phoebe
I'm sorry. Yes, I want to give her credit.
No, I do apologize.
Yeah.
Little person.
Yeah. So
yes.
what else technology? What
You
else?
ruined my fucking scissoring joke.
Yeah. Well, we get it. Anything you can think of, you can find.
You ruined it by being
notice,
culturally insensitive, so that's on you.
How about you being sensitive to my balls?
All right. Anything else, guys? That 20 years later, we covered a lot of topics there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just it's easy to
Go ahead.
Technology, like you said, I feel like is the easiest thing to point at and just be like, your mind would be absolutely blown because more so than any other time, this has been the most rapid span of time. I would say probably about 20 years that technology has just completely taken off, like quicker than anyone could have ever fathomed.
Imagine what the next 20 years does.
I know, it's wild. I like to think so. I don't know if you guys remember. This was not like an official, like a game console thing, but there was this thing when, early to mid '90s. It was called, it was like a headset, and it had over your one eye this piece that stuck out, and it had a flip down screen, and it had a projector. I want to say it was called VR Vision or something. God, I can't remember, but it had a little screen to flip down, and it had a little cord that ran from the headset to the controller, and you were playing like almost like those little handheld games by Tiger.
What year was this?
Early to mid-90s.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was a headset, and it flipped down, and you could play, and like you saw it. You could also still see everything around you, but in that little visor, in your one eye, you
Brian,
saw the game.
Must be nice to have fucking rich fucking parents, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my parents, when you don't have a whole litter of kids, you just splurge on the one you got.
That's true.
But no, it was.
Or we've all seen Nick's mom. She could have gone to any store and gone, "Hey, you got any of those? Maybe in the back." And I'm not saying she's doing anything deprived. I'm just saying they give her things because she's
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
A foxy lady.
Fox. So yeah, but I don't know. I like to think that going forward, there's going to be something almost like maybe like our earpods we have now, that you hit a button and instead of hearing, like it projects something forward to where only you see it. So it's like you're on your phone. Maybe you have a little something on your hand or on your watch that you kind of control it. You zip through things and you kind of select, but you see it, so you can kind of like multitask.
Well, you're thinking like Tony Stark type shit.
Yeah, right. Like you could be at work and you could be doing like,
we were promised flying cars and Kit from Knight Rider, you cocksuckers. Come on, let's get on the ball.
Yeah. So something like that would be cool to think of happening down the future, down the road. But I'm going to look that up and find out what that was to tell you guys, because it was pretty cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I can picture it. Yeah, but now they have like Google sunglasses where you can wear sunglasses and search and listen to music through your glasses. And you guys already touched on television. I mean, you think about 20 years ago, that was still, if you wanted to watch a show, record a show, you're still talking VHS tapes, VCR still. DVRs weren't around, maybe just yet. TiVo, I can't remember the year TiVo came around, but now
Google Home.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We could just yell out to something around us and say, do this or do that, and it doesn't.
Yeah, my house now, I have a Alexa Dot in almost every room of the house, literally, and I have smart lights and all this type of stuff. So I walk into a room and tell her to turn this light on or that light on. I have a routine.
How do you say it? How do you say it?
I'm not going to do it now because it'll do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, what's the word? Do you say like lights on?
I have names in different.
Okay.
Do you remember? You can do routines as well. So when I wake up, I can say start my day.
Okay.
And she'll turn on my light in the bedroom, awesome. Gives me a news brief, the weather, my traffic report on the way to work, turns on lights downstairs. So when I walk downstairs, and I can see, and it gives me all that stuff. It gives me a horoscope, a joke, all that stuff, and I put that into my routine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just amazing to think about that type of stuff.
I asked a question because one of my favorite time, not time, well, it's sort of time travel. Demolition Man with Arnold or Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes.
Right.
He was frozen in time. So this is kind of the same concept of, waking up X amount of years later. But when Wesley Snipes, found out about all the technology, he would walk into a room and he changed it to illuminate. With Wesley Snipes saying it, made it sound super fucking cool.
Yeah. There was
if we say it, we sound like nerds.
Illuminate.
Illuminate, please.
You could do that. You could change it. You could make
that's why I was asking. I mean, did you find something cool to say?
No,
instead of just lights on, fella.
I like illuminate. There was an old Buck Rogers episode that Allie and I watched. We went and rewatched the first series, the first season, of that. And this is like 1970. And one of the things he did, he walked into his apartment and he said, "Play this music," and he was playing 70s music from his era at the time. But he just said, "Hey, play this music," and it started playing. And it's like back then, it's like, "Oh, that'd be really cool." And now it's like, here it is. It exists. You could just say, "Play whatever music." And your device, as long as you have a music
how many of those shows back then got it right?
Right.
Like Buck Rogers, Star Trek,
Jetsons has some stuff with the video conferencing
watches
and different things.
And hell, Rosie is almost a goddamn Roomba with arms.
Sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say that would be the coolest fucking thing, especially I've mentioned many times on the show how much I love Power Rangers growing up as a kid. If I woke up from a coma and they're like, "Hey, now you can literally have a watch that is like a communicator from Power Rangers. Like you can fucking talk to people from your watch."
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's wild.
Yep. All right, well, guys,
we are close enough, like Knight Rider.
Yeah.
We have the thing that fucking
driverless vehicles.
Yes.
Yeah. There are driverless vehicles that exist, and we're going to see that we're very, very close to having driverless semis on the freeways.
We're good because
driving around. There'll be a driver.
Semi-drivers could be listening to us, and I love you all.
Yeah. So crazy stuff.
Dane, why do you hate truck drivers?
Have you ever driven next to one? Well, I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, so, like for example, like what would be like you? What is you? Are we out of time?
I just don't understand why you love their hats so much, but you don't like them. Like you dig their culture, you want to rip off their culture and wear their hats, but you don't like them. It's weird.
So,
all right, so we're gonna freeze
demographic
time.
Cocksuckers, leave it alone.
Yeah, we're gonna freeze time here, and then. Dean, we talked off camera, and this is a good lead into a good future segment, right? We'll come back and pick this up here
because next time we do, I picture it as the Mount Rushmore of time travel
content
properties,
movies, properties.
Yeah, because
absolutely.
There's not just one. I mean, I have books. It's one of my favorite genres. So I have books, movies, TV.
It's a good 30-minute topic, so we're out of time today. We don't want to make this a 2-hour episode.
Nick wasted all of our time.
Yep. So we'll
all those sweet ass segues.
Yep. We'll freeze time and we'll tinkle.
It's a dance. Good.
We'll tinkle the pinkle. What is it called?
Tinkle the pinkle, baby.
Tinkle the pinkle.
Tinkle
in the pinkle.
Tinkle in the pinkle.
Yeah.
We have some pinkle in the tinkle or something like that, and we'll pick up that topic. Not next week.
And your crazy phones.
Yes.
How do I tinkle the tinkle on this thing?
Next week will be
Grandpa Brian's
Christmas.
Outside yelling at the clouds again. Somebody go get him.
Yep.
I think he's trying to search pornography. I can't be sure.
We'll pick this back up in 2 weeks. We'll pick it back up in 2 weeks.
It's so small. All right, sorry. What were you saying, Brian?
We'll pick up the time travel topic in a couple weeks. That's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, on that note, next time you hear from us, it's going to be Convincing Christmas. Favorite Christmas content. We're going to figure out a format and talk about favorite Christmas specials, movies, shows. Is some of it a repeat from last year? Sure. Did you listen to it last year? Probably not.
No.
So shut the hell up. Right? So, you know, new stuff. Check us out next week. Nick, do you want to remind the folks where maybe they're just waking up from a coma right now? It's very possible.
Yes.
And
some have found us and said,
yes,
this is what a podcast.
Think
Podcast the whole thing too. Think about that. Think about this right now about the podcast, by the way.
That's
20
right.
years ago,
Holy shit!
If you thought to yourself, I
what?
want to record myself and put it out there, and anybody can listen to it. That would have been unheard of. You would have had to.
10 years ago, you wouldn't have known what the fuck a podcast was.
Right.
But now you could be just waking up from a coma, and somebody said, I want you to listen to a thoroughly entertaining podcast. People like, what the hell is this? I don't know what you're talking about. And then they say, I thought you said it was entertaining.
Right.
I don't know.
Yes.
But
so here's the deal.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Eon, I have just woken up from a 20-year coma.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do your shtick as you're telling me this.
Okay. Mr. Harvey and loved ones and listeners out there, we know you've been asleep for 20 years. I know that's difficult information to take in. However, there's a few things you need to know. You are in fully good health. Everything's going to be just fine. We regret to inform you that you have not gotten better looking with age. However, you have a lot more access to things technologically speaking than you did before. And right now, in your state, we find it best to just stay, audibly entertained. So I would recommend that you listen to these things that are called podcasts. You're not familiar with them, but they're similar to talk radio. They are hopefully entertaining to you. We strongly suggest the Convincing Idiots podcast.
Tell me more.
It's three friends from three different generations talking about pop and nerd culture. We find this will be the best way to bring you in to the present day and catch you up on all things that you've missed, because they like to cover all types of different subjects. So, for starters, you're going to get on your computer, which you're familiar with. However, it's changed a little bit. 20 years ago, Google? You can Google Convincing Idiots. That's the name of it. Then you're going to type in Linktree, like a tree of links, LANKTREE. That is going to take you...
Do I have to type in www still?
You don't need www dot. You can just do Google.com, Convincing Idiots Linktree. And there it's going to bring you a bunch of links to social media apps, which you have no idea what they are. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. These are all strange things I'm saying to you, but we are on all those platforms, as well as an email address, which you know about already.
I got one.
And links to those podcasts where you can find to listen to.
Hot Cool Kid 99. That was me.
Hot Cool Kid 99. Please tell me that's real.
No.
Oh, God. Hot Cool Kid
Actually,
99.
I got a much more embarrassing one.
All right. Do I want to hear that here? Or does Brian not want that on the podcast? Okay,
No,
we'll keep it for later.
It's not explicit, but
We'll keep it for later. Anyway, or you can just go to on the World Wide Web, www.convincingidiots.wordpress.com. You'll find all those same links, as well as be familiarized with the characters on this show, get to learn about them, and ways that you can give them money. So make sure to do that. So we'll let you rest now.
Have the Browns come remotely close to a championship in 20 years?
I'd love doing that. Please.
The
They won
Browns
the Super Bowl.
just
How
made the
many Super
playoffs
Bowls
for the
did they
first
win?
time since you first fell asleep, like last year or something. Yeah.
But that's 20.
Yeah.
What?
And
Well,
they've had like
the Indians
42
must have won,
quarterbacks
right?
in that time.
Yeah, the
They're
Indians,
not
they
called
had to
that
win the
anymore.
World
They're not
Series.
called that. No. They're not.
What?
They went there one time, but they're not even called that anymore. They're the Cleveland Guardians now, because people don't like the other term. The other term's not okay in society anymore.
What?
We know you didn't mean anything, but people don't like it, and that's fine. You have to accept that. It's fine.
Well, of the three teams, I imagine the Cavs.
The
certainly would have
Cavaliers did win one NBA championship on the back of a hometown kid,
You're
and
blowing
like
my mind.
literally, yeah, yep, yeah.
I mean, I
that
went
did
to
happen.
sleep.
I'll be
I
damned.
went in my coma in 2001. At least tell me Brian Fisher got laid. Come on.
course. I have a
Yeah, well, yeah.
At least once.
He might.
21-year-old daughter.
Yeah, he might.
Proof of one time he had
Yeah,
sex.
he did that. There was that one time. Yeah,
Well, she is lovely, at least. Yeah. So.
she is.
Gee, it
Yes.
was
Lovely
worth
girl.
the one time you tricked somebody into having sex with you.
You really made it
Wow.
count. She's a good one. You made it count.
Mm.
Nice job.
You did.
All
You
your
did.
best stuff went into that one. So good, but you know what I mean. There you go. Good.
See you next week, folks.
This has been Convincing Idiots. Have we convinced you to join us for Christmas? Travel through time to the future and find out?
Yes.
Did we even get to say our names?
See for the.
Oh,
the
I'm
goat.
Millennial Nick.
Go ahead.
I'm Zennial Ding. And remember, tinkle in the pinkle.
I'm Brian Gen X. Tune in next week for the Ghost of Christmas Future, Convincing Christmas 2.